My friend Sabuda, welcome to medical science class. As a student of medical science, I wanted to take flavor every branch of science. What kind of things say do that is bad, that is knowledge, that is wisdom, that is good, that is art. As a Muslim, Allah is the one and only creator except Allah, Allah, Christian, last and best messenger Muhammad. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Now my friend Sabuda, medical science class, how much patient? Right? On. Ya alif lam lam ha ya Allah shafi Allah mafi Allah kafi ana rabbil Muhammad shafi mafi kafi la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah wahid ahad samad khaliq malik rajantik jalali wal ikram. Now my friend was about our medical science class. I learned medical science, also the best medical science as a student of medical science. Representative of MSC, representative of Muhammad Shulchuri, Muhammad Sohail, Abdul Muhammad Sohail, MSC 007 as per I know, Allah my best number. Security by the supervision not explored. Dr. Sohail, in case of professional, Dr. Sohail, other professional, after professional Sohail, in case of my A to Z version, and code name Sohail Shuman Mohan, Sohail Muhammad Shulchuri, and Shuman Mohan code name. Also code name security purpose matrix. MSC 007 version. Now my friend Professor today Hajj Mass, Zilas as a Muslim, Zilas Mass, those are Muslim. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka, labbaik innal hamda wa ni'mata lakal mulk la sharika lak. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka, labbaik innal hamda wa ni'mata lakal mulk la sharika lak. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka, labbaik innal hamda wa ni'mata lakal mulk la sharika lak. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka, labbaik innal hamda wa ni'mata lakal mulk la sharika lak. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka, labbaik innal hamda wa ni'mata lakal mulk la sharika lak. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka, labbaik innal hamda wa ni'mata lakal mulk la sharika lak. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka, labbaik innal hamda wa ni'mata lakal mulk la sharika lak. Now my friend Mr. Abudar, labbaik Allahumma labbaik. I am come here for you, one and only creator Allah. La sharika lak, there is no creator except Allah. La sharika laka labbaik. I am come here for you, one and only creator Allah. What is the meaning? As per I know, Allah no best knowledge in this verse. Please forgive me, blessing me, continuous blessing. Now, please, one and only creator Allah, please forgive us, bless. One and only creator, I request to my one and only creator Allah, please forgive all creation, blessing all creation, continuous blessing. You are the one and only creator, Allah. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Allah is the one and only creator, except Allah, last and best messenger. Now my friend was about our medical science class, so we describe brain transplant. In case of breast transplant, we describe brain transplants. In case of brains part other, danceable transplant, forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain, cerebellum, pons, medulla, transplant. In case of ventricle transplant, and without craniotomy, how you correct to intracranial hemorrhage. In case of I said there is a durameter in a tooth, brain and meninges. And meninges is the covering of the brain, and three layer, inner to outer, durameter, arachnoid meter, pyometer. First lecture I say to durameter, arachnoid meter remains CSA, but now I know that correct that I am also creation. In pyometer and arachnoid meter contain CSA, cerebrospinal fluid. CSA lightening the brain. CSA lightening the brain. Okay. If CSF increase, intracranial pressure increase. If CSF reduce, intracranial pressure reduce. And there is if brain drain is and in case of diacephylon, and in diaphragm there is a thalamus. Above the thalamus there is a empty space. There remain the ventricle. What is the ventricle? And ventricle arises from that, remain that area. Third ventricle, then cerebral aqueduct, and ventricle arises from lateral cortex of or and in hypothalamus there is the there is the lateral cord plexus, lateral cord plexus, cord plexus of lateral ventricle. In hypothalamus, ventricle, lateral ventricle. See the book. And if you transfer to cerebral, from if you go to the Kiptamendni, in case of nasal root, then you can easily find out that by Kiptamendni bone, you can go to the inner side Kiptamendni bone, and there is a in nasal side there is a spot. By that spot, Kiptamendni, you can easily go to the enter into the brain. If hypophysis gland and hypophysis of pituitary gland transplant, also inner side. If go to the inner side, then you go to the cerebral aqueduct to ventricle. And if any problem occur in ventricle, you can correct that ventricle by that route. Ventricle diencephalon, enter into the diencephalon, you correct the ventricle. In any problem in diencephalon, you correct the diencephalon. Also in brain any forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, by that route. Not need to create craniotomy. Without craniotomy, you not enter into the brain. But if there is a problem in forebrain, you enter into that route by CT guided computer, CT scan or CT scan guided, modern CT scan guided by digital machine. You see the where enter into the brain by that route Kiptamendni, and where the problem forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, diencephalon, what is the problem? You see the computer, quantum computer or computer, then you correct that. That is the modern brain. That is the modern surgery of brain, neurosurgery, without craniotomy. How you go to that? There is the other route, postal route, in posterior space, in meninges. By that route, spinal route, you go to the meninges. You go to the subarachnoid space. In case of durameter, outer to inner meter, durameter, arachnoid, Peter pattern, pyometer, you go to the subarachnoid. Durameter, as the durameter, then arachnoid, then pyometer. Pyometer is the, then go to the CSF, found the CSF. By CSF you found the inner layer. Durameter, arachnoid, then you found CSF, and by that route you found the pyometer. Pyometer, inner covering of the brain. Then you easily by that route go and easily correct that CT scan guided and MRI, magnetic resonance images is guided brain surgery or neurosurgery. If brain anything wrong occurs, like forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, also cerebellum, also diencephalon, also inner side, there is a policy. How you do that? There is that route, then nanotechnology, you utilize the nanotechnology and microcellular surgery. Also in not only brain, but also any organ, heart, lung, liver. Go to the vein route. In case of other organ, go to the vein route. By vein you enter into that organ. Then microcellular surgery, CT scan guided, magnetic resonance image guided surgery. That is the open, for example, open heart surgery. No need to do that open heart surgery. for correction of if there is a blockage in coronary artery or heart any valve transplantation or or any problem occur, you go to the brain and super infilled vena cava, then intend with the heart, correct them. In case of brain CSF, you go to the CSF root, spinal root, CSF durameter subarachnoid space, then you count the subarachnoid and pyometer, there is a CSF by CSF, you correct them. And internal brain hemorrhage, that is modern surgery. And in case of laparotomy, you go to the root, anal root. By anal root, you can easily enter into the gut. If gut problem, you can solve that. Also, esophagus root. In esophagus root, you go to the stomach, duodenum, jejunum, ileum, and cecum. By cecum, you go to the ascending. You go to the cecum. You go to the duodenum, jejunum, small intestine, large intestine. In large intestine, ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid colon, rectum. Any problem can guard it by that food. Esophagus root or anal root in gut without laparotomy. In case of intestinal obstruction or other. That is the modern surgery without cut the body skin, how you cut it. Without cut the thoracic cavity, laparotomy. Also in case of brain, without cut the without open the cranium or skull bone. That is modern surgery, and utilize nanotechnology or microtechnology, micrometer or nanometer technology. You can utilize that to correct that surgery. Okay, fine. Thank you very much, my friend Mr. Buddha. That is called microsurgery or nanometer surgery or 10 to the minus 3 or millimeter surgery. Millimeter 1 to fine 1 millimeter to 10 millimeter instrument utilized to surgery purpose. Okay, fine. Thank you very much, my friend Mr. Buddha. Today is an up from medical science class. I am giving it to Dr. Mohammed Doctor. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah wa sallam correctness. Today is a month of Hajj as a Muslim. That is the reason I say I wanted to go to the Hajj, but it is not possible still now. Not go to the Hajj. That is the reason I remind my one and only Ketori Allah. Thank you very much, my friend, for support. Today is an up from medical science class.